The Mad Dog's House of Pain, the only nationally licensed pro wrestling school in the state of Alabama. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, trained by the Junkyard Dog, will be your trainer. You want to be a professional wrestling superstar? Learn from GCW's own Mad Dog's House of Pain. With over 22 years experience, learn from the Mad Dog's House of Pain. 205-567-6482. Start your career today. Call 205-567-6482.
I want to say greetings, good evening. How you doing? On this 21st day of June 2016, live in a multiple location station from Global Championship Wrestling. Welcome into GCW Radio. In Studio 1, part of the GCW announce team, I am Eddie Layne. Welcoming in live from Mad Dog's House of Pain, the man himself, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. What's up, Brother Dog?
I'm doing well. You left off the fast. Eddie in there. You left fast off.
After this past weekend, I'm going to stick with moderately rapid, if anything.
I feel you.
I went to, well, before we do anything, of course, you knew that I was doing back-to-backs in Carrollton and in South Atlanta on Saturday and Sunday. Took Monday off from everything and went to Six Flags.
Good.
I think I traversed the park 4 times to tell you how many miles I walked.
That's the way the tires feel on the rental car.
Yeah, pretty much. But, and I know you had a hectic weekend.
Yeah, I pretty much toured the whole state of Tennessee, McMinnville, Springfield, and Gallatin with Arcadian Wrestling. Great time. Got to see some good friends from the past and met some new friends for the future.
Very cool. Very cool. Of course, for all of us, all roads aim toward Pell City this Saturday night. Can you believe it's finally here?
I'm excited and I'm ready to, shut the trap up of the Legal Eagle and his little minions, I guess you can say. I mean, O'Hagan last week trying to throw shots at us on the program, saying that his boys would be ready, and I'm like, they're one of the greatest wrestlers ever to don the company, and you're carrying the team like a government mule, and you bring in J.P. McGregor. Sure, he's a multiple-time GCW heavyweight champion, but he's not O'Hagan. So, I mean, he says these guys are ready for mad justice. They said they were ready for us in the cage, and I'm not being cocky. I'm not being overconfident. I'm just saying we brought more to that than people ever expected.
True.
So, between the cage match with Global Warfare to this coming Saturday, June 25th, we're doing a little training. Bull's been getting ready. He took him a little vacation. His head is sealed up. It looks pretty nice. I told him I was going to heat up a fork and look like Abdullah back in the 80s. A little peanut butter Christmas cookie. But no, seriously, he's got a scar that's never just going to go away unless he does some serious microdermabrasion or something. But he says that scar reminds him of he's in something he loved as a kid, but it's a reality, and you can get hurt, just with his real job in the police department. I mean, you got to be ready for whatever, whenever, and it's always go time.
Yeah.
From the time you show up at the building to the time you lace your boots to the time to go through the curtain, you be ready to go. And it was a wake-up call. I mean, he knew what he was in, but reality really set in when you wake up every morning to brush your teeth, shave your face, look in that mirror, look in that rearview mirror, going down the highway. And everywhere you go, people say, "What happened to your head? What happened to your head?" Did that happen in the gym? No, it happened in a cage match. Global Championship Wrestling? No, man, you're not a wrestler. Yes, I am.
YouTube.com/GCW Pro Wrestling will answer that
Watch
statement
it.
point blank.
Yeah, it sure will. You know, it wasn't a trail of tears, it was a trail of blood.
Very true. I've been asked a number of times by a number of different people. So I'm going to find out, since you are closer to the front office right now than I am. So I'm just going to ask.
Maybe. I mean, it's according to what minute it is.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Once again, and I don't have an answer to this question. That's why I was saying right the front office.
Hey, now, look, I'm gonna before you put me out here on the plank here, Captain. No, I may not have an answer. So just we didn't get a chance to talk before we went on the air, other than like 20 seconds. So if I can't answer it, I don't want that heat. So
okay. What do you know about whether or not Wicked Nemesis is being considered for the position of Commissioner of Global Championship Wrestling?
Oof.
Or was from what you've heard, or was that a one-night wonder as the special enforcer?
I think it was a one-night wonder because he's a wild card. He could snap into a Slim Jim at any minute, and we can't have Bobby Knight running the back. There's enough of that with me. So two of us, we might fire everybody in one fell swoop. You know, we don't take too kindly to butthurt babies around this place. And guys that don't want to pay their dues and put up the ring and show up on time. You guys that are listening, just shoot, listen, and pay attention, because you know how many guys, I mean, I thought I knew how many DVDs and emails go to the office regularly. You know, it was averaging about 20 to 40 before, and now the YouTube is taking off. It's averaging 150 to 200. Now some of the stuff's still silly. I still pop for the VHS tape, guys. I'm a little retro. Especially when the work is good.
Yeah.
I don't care if you send in smoke signals, your work is good. But I want your work to be solid. You know, I mean, this is not just the old independent show anymore. And I was told that by the office at the AWA, that the reason I was asked to be there was because of my hand with Global Championship Wrestling. So it made me feel good. It gave me a little pop, if you will. I'm not talking about a northern name for soda and Coke and Pepsi. I mean, it made me feel pretty good, and I appreciated that. But worked hard for the same venue in 12 years. And, I gotta throw a shot here. There was a certain company thinking they were going to come run 45 minutes down the road against us this Saturday night, and they fell apart like a wet paper sack. And, this is harder to do than anyone could ever know. I know we're going to get to the show here in a second, but there are so many layers to this onion. You need an onion field. I mean, really, someone asked me, well, what's the secret? Well, first off, good wrestling, hard workers, social media, local newspaper, local radio, but number one is a solid product. Would you agree with that?
Oh, always.
You know,
if I may, you can have the brightest lights, the greatest sound system, you can have the consummate venue, but by the same token, if the in-ring talent, the boys and the girls in the back, don't carry it from bell to bell, the fans will notice.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, do they ever nowadays.
Mm-hmm. So we're talking with a society now, if people don't get what they want out of WWE Network, they're going to cancel. So, Sensitive Sally and Sam, the Sensitives. Not to be confused with Doug and Wendy Weiner back from the old Saturday Night Live days.
Oh, I remember that very well.
Just go and enjoy a show and appreciate it for what it is. That's all I ask. Let's talk some wrestling. Let's talk some wrestling. We talked about the ladies' match last week. MALIA HOSAKA coming in to challenge Veronica for the GCW Ladies Championship.
Right.
And we talked about the return of CLYDE BRADDOCK and the return of SPI-RAL. But we didn't say who their opponents were. Mostly because there was some TBAs in there, right?
Right.
Well, let's just say the Grand Design CLYDE BRADDOCK returns to Pell City in Global Championship Wrestling this Saturday, June 25th, to take on 6'9" Logan Creed. Saw Logan Creed in a tag match last time, but this time he's coming in, singles match. Not sure if these guys have ever touched before in Rampage or some of the shows in the past, but CLYDE BRADDOCK being challenged by Logan Creed. Two big guys. Got to make sure the ring crew's got those ropes tightened up very strong.
Oh, yeah.
Because these boys are hosses. And, that's a term nobody hardly ever uses anymore, because I grew up, it was in syndication when I was a kid, but Bonanza. And when someone said, that old boy's a hoss,
Dan Blocker.
you knew. Yeah, you knew that they were talking, he was a big old fella. So, Logan Creed and CLYDE BRADDOCK, both hosses in the Maddog scale of wrestling.
And this is one thing that I've got to wonder about. And this is going to put some questions in some people's minds. CLYDE BRADDOCK has been on a mission to refine his physical stature. He's wanting to drop a little bit of size, but continue to gain in strength. And he has trimmed up. He's done some phenomenal work. And I just have to wonder, has he trimmed down too much, considering that he's going to be facing 6'9" of Logan Creed? This guy,
he's got an advantage. He does have the advantage of being the high school wrestling champion in the state of Georgia 2 years in a row. So that low center of gravity is going to happen. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there. I'd already started speaking when I heard you for a second, so I apologize.
Oh, no, it's perfectly fine. I mean, because when you have, I've watched Logan Creed in a couple of different areas, and the man has a power game. I have watched him, basically throw people like ragdolls.
Mm-hmm.
And in this circumstance, coming into Saturday night, June 25th, Pell City, Alabama, Pell City Civic Center, I have to wonder, because now you mentioned the amateur background of CLYDE BRADDOCK. Well, to put the world in proper perspective, CLYDE is a badass. And when he gets a full head of steam, it's like the running of the bulls, because it takes a lot to stop him.
Now, the bull is my partner. I don't want anyone to get confused. Like the old Slits commercial. That's what it was when Leon the Bull Stretcher come running back into that cage.
Yep.
It was like a Slits commercial.
But I don't think he was running for a 40.
Yeah, he was running with a cage door up against an Irish boy's head. The next day I said something to him when I knew he was okay, and I called the hospital and HEPA violation. I wouldn't let anyone talk to anything. I went by, I wouldn't let it go back, and which I respect those laws. But I called him the next day. It's like the Slits commercial when you come running back down there and they call for a restart. I was like, oh boy, it's a 2-on-1, and then there's my partner, ready to go. Whack! Yeah. I think he tried to skin his head like a potato, because their heads do look kind of like potatoes and onions, according to Peanuts.
Yeah,
onion
true.
head. Yeah. Well, speaking of onion heads, we spoke with Charles ZANDERS taking on O'Hagan last week on radio. And this week I see an asterisk by the booking sheet. And Dylan Cook, first time to really ever get to go for gold in Global Championship Wrestling in a three-way match where the middleweight championship is on the line. Now, O'Hagan has been having some fun, poking all kinds of one-liners at Charles ZANDERS, calling him Hansel from Zoolander and all that kind of stuff. But
right.
Speaking of good high school background, collegiate wrestling style, Dylan Cook, I mean, he has wrestled O'Hagan before in singles matches, but there wasn't gold on the line. Cook's on a streak. He's on a good winning streak, and he was in a tag match with Ace Haven as his partner last month. And here he is, first time getting a shot at some gold, and it's in a three-way. So, you have to get in the strategy mode that you're wrestling two guys, but that other guy is up and chip away. I mean, first pin's a winner.
Yeah.
This could be the moment that the world has been waiting for. O'Hagan has not put this belt up since he won it, as far as I know. And he said there's no competition and no one would sign. Now, I've spoken to some young men that said they put their name on the line. They wanted to wrestle. They filled the proper documents out. And you just got to wonder if there was some interception by Howard C. Cross, the legal eagle. Yeah, because Dylan Cook's like, I've wanted a shot at the middleweight title since O'Hagan won. And guys like ZANDERS, the Aries brothers, Scott and Charles, I mean, they said that they've been wanting to get the title, and Ace Haven even wanted a shot at this middleweight championship, but O'Hagan had been fighting with the tag belts, and everywhere, that match was superseding the middleweight championship. I don't know what happened there, but we'll see what happens this Saturday. And, ZANDERS, Dylan Cook versus O'Hagan, it's three-way triple threat action for the middleweight championship.
And you mentioned the amateur background, and that's going to throw a very unique dynamic into this match because, from my perspective, you have Charles ZANDERS, who is another one of the young lions coming up, so to speak. One half of hashtag trending now. The guy's got great promise as a singles competitor, great promise as a tag team competitor, but he is a very straightforward style. You have O'Hagan, who is a great hybrid of being able to mix it up, as well as a great technical background. But you add Dylan Cook to this mix, and he throws a monkey wrench into the best laid plans of mice and men, because ZANDERS, O'Hagan, they can go traditional at the drop of a hat. But you bring Dylan in, and he starts going schoolboy, hello, let's rock and roll, and that's going to throw some confusion in there.
I agree. And, I mean, what an interesting match it's going to be with, two guys that are not even 30. Will Hagan, who's older than 30, the ring savvy and veteran skills. He mixes the MMA with his great wrestling background, and
right.
you just can't hurt him. I mean, if there's ever been a wrestler that I've ever wrestled against that would be like a superhero or a mutant in the nice sense, it's like Plastic Man. You really can't. I mean, I bounced him off every side of that steel cage as hard as my 500-plus pound bench press could throw him, and I was hot. I wanted it. And I'm telling you, the guy never gave up. He's on his knees. He looks up at me. He goes, that didn't hurt. Do it again. I dare you. I dare you. There's a few bricks shy of a load, maybe. Maybe the elevator don't go all the way to the top. But he is the middleweight champion. And I'm not concerned because I don't have to. And he's going to call in and, like he did last week and, do some quids and some funny lines or whatever. That's just a distraction to get in your brain. These young guys are ready for this. I hope they are ready because he will mentally manipulate them. He'll place them against each other, against him, and just watch. You don't want to sound like Bruno Mars, but if you don't believe me, just watch. I'm telling you, the guy is, he's ready for battle at all times. He was picked on as a young man. He comes to bring the fight every time, no matter what he's doing, and he takes everything very serious. And he's got to take this serious. He's left holding one belt. Had the opportunity to have 3 at the end of last month. Now he's down to 1. He's going to turn into Gollum Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. My precious.
Funny. I like that one.
I'm not saying he looks like him. He does have blue eyes, but I'm not saying he looks like him. I'm just saying. All right.
And
talk about some meat, some horses. Michael Steele, Kryptonite Killer, taking on a former GCW heavyweight champion, a former GCW tag team champion, a U.S. champion. His accolades go very deep. Another former tag team partner of mine, the Night Prowler, the man from Hell's Kitchen, taking on Michael Steele. Steele looking strong last month against current heavyweight champion Eric Layne, the Dream Killer, not to be confused with the Dream Chaser, Dylan Cook. But Prowler and Michael Steele. It's going to be like a clash of the Titans.
And this is the cool thing about this. I have made the comment that there are certain individuals in Global Championship Wrestling that are Vanguard status. And Night Prowler is one of those individuals. You have, and I'm not blowing smoke on this one, but this is truth, individuals such as yourself, Prowler, the Mystic Mudbone, O'Hagan. There are certain individuals in this company that are Vanguard. These are the people that you have to show something against, because longtime GCW fans know the body of work of the 4 of you in particular. And there are more. There genuinely are. There are more. But the 4 that just pop into my head right off the bat.
I will say this: a lot of people don't know what you're in Vanguard, but you better get your guard up if you're stepping across the ring with any of the 4 of those guys. I've tagged with them. Team Apocalypse, Mudbone, and myself, and the Uso brothers. Now on television, we call them the Samoan Gangsters back today. Jimmy and Jay Uso were part of Team Apocalypse.
Yeah.
With Mudbone and myself with Howard C. Cross. And they weren't the happy-go-lucky paint your face doing the tribal war dance at the beginning. They were, let's go out there and hurt somebody. Let's go out there and just destroy and do like Sherman in Atlanta. A little Civil War there for you. Just leave it burning. And those guys, they are amazing. And they were here for 3 years. And so many people don't even realize. They're like, oh, when were they there? Look, this company has been going strong since 1994. That was the 4th year I was in the business. And before then, it was Southern Star Championship Wrestling. But Global Championship Wrestling is at a very... we haven't peaked. I won't say we peaked, but we're on a very nice upward trod, I guess you can say.
See,
you got tons of, you should see something. You got guys like, and this is a straight shoot, and whether you want to call him Trevor Mann or you want to call him Ricochet, one of the greatest matches I've seen in a long time out of Japan when the crowd was reacting the whole time. That gentleman sent me an email 10 days ago wanting to come into GCW to wrestle. He didn't care who, when, what division. But when you got guys like that, not because of their internet status and whatever, or he's dating Tully Blanchard's daughter, no. But when you got guys like that are some of the best workers on the planet, that they wanted to come here, yeah. That makes everybody feel good who's affiliated.
Yep.
Those are not affiliated, you pissed off. But who listens to those guys? You know, when they're at home on Saturday night having to create a character to get themselves over on the video game. So sad.
And on that note, I am going to go ahead and take us to the bottom of the hour break. Folks, hang tight.
Probably should.
GCW Radio rolls on right after this. Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
The Maddog's House of Pain, the only nationally licensed pro wrestling school in the state of Alabama. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, trained by the Junkyard Dog, will be your trainer. You want to be a professional wrestling superstar? Learn from GCW's own Mad Dog's House of Pain. With over 22 years experience, learn from the Mad Dog's House of Pain. 205-567-6482. Start your career today. Call 205-567-6482.
What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, From corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
Welcome back into GCW Radio, 24 minutes before the top of the hour on the live side on this 21st day of June. Fast Eddie Layne in Studio 1 from the House of Pain. Maddog Dan Sawyer, welcome back, sir.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad the Bull is with us over in the bullpen. And that's no bull.
A, B, C.
And if you don't like that, you can just get out of here, Fruit Loops.
He is editing. Hey, Fruit Loops is my gimmick. Come on. I'm calling Jerry Lawler.
No, it's the Bull's gimmick.
What, Fruit Loops? Oh, no, you're not talking about that video. I was about to say.
Ken Sam is trying to still sue us for that one.
Oh, Lord. Like to welcome in very special guest and one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Leon the Bull Stresser, to GCW Radio. What's up, my brother?
Not much. Thank you for having me, Eddie. And Dan, my partner, my good friend, how are you tonight, sir?
Well, if I was any better, I'd be twins. Not the Bella twins, but twins. Probably like Danny DeVito and
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Tonight is your night, bro. That's what we were singing all the way to the bank after we beat the Brotherhood. Or the Sisterhood, excuse me. I have to say that one for some of our favorite listeners to this program. They love that, the Sisterhood.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more signs with that up there.
Oh, well, they're always up in the bleachers. I saw them. They'll get that chant going. And that gets into those boys' heads.
It genuinely does, and I will sit back and say this for everybody, and I know I said it last time we were on live for GCW Radio, but I got to say it again. For everybody who came out to Pell City last month for Global Warfare, you guys were incredible. Left side of the ring, right side of the ring, back front of the ring, back of the ring. There is no front, top, bottom, north, south, whatever. I mean, people were just cutting loose and having fun, and that is the way for me that pro wrestling is meant to be. I mean, guys, your thoughts, Dan?
Well, I was doing pretty good until I got in the ring and saw my partner bleeding like that. I mean, I sure enough wanted to freak out. I was asking Vernon Kwan once, I said, is she all right? He goes, I don't know. And the next thing I know, I'm seeing the jailbreak on O'Malley with something called the Baldo bomb. I was like, yes. Before I can blink my eyes, there's the necktie on my partner, and wow. Everything just went so fast. I mean, I don't know if I was just concerned about all the blood or what, but it went quick. It really did. And then I was glad he was back to ringside at the end, like I said, using the old tater grater on O'Malley. He didn't see that coming. And that back suplex. You know, it's a good back suplex when you see the little stars like on Looney Tunes. I saw them, so I know he saw them. He rolled completely matte pancakes, shot to half, and the next thing you know, we're ready to party like it's 1999. I think he got knocked pretty loopy because he was in the ladies' restroom, you know, backstage. Maybe could have had a Kendall Jenner moment or whatever.
Oh.
What does he call himself? What does Sweetie Man call himself, Bruce Jenner? What does he call himself?
Caitlin?
Caitlin? Okay.
Yeah.
Caitlin O'Malley was sliding the pee in the ladies' room one day. I was like, those are some ugly boots on Amber O'Neil or Veronica. No?
It's O'Malley's ugly ass boots.
I was like, what did he just say? The Dread Pirate Roberts what? I don't know. Better get away from that subject. I might be getting a letter from Pell City Civic Center about men using women's toilets.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Now, Bull, I'm going to throw it in your direction for a hot second. First off, you caught him with the jailbreak. You caught O'Malley with the jailbreak, got that pinfall in place, and turned around and just got drilled with the Irish necktie. And then from that vantage point, when the sudden death was restarted, when the match was restarted, and everything was put into play, and you were able to, as Dog just called it, the tater grater, slam that door straight into O'Malley. Was there a little extra salt on the French fries because it felt like you had a chance to get even?
Well, before I go and answer that question, I want to thank all the fans of GCW. Also, the ones that watch on YouTube that hit me up on Facebook, and the ones that personally have my contact, wishing me well, checking on me. Even at work when I got cleared to go back. It's like I heard last week's show, and I heard at the beginning of this one, people want to say, "Oh, come on, was that plan?" And I just point at my forehead, and I'm like, I'm not carrying around a 3.5-inch scar on top of my forehead just because I wanted to. My face got slammed into the cage, and it got busted open. O'Malley, it was like, that he thought that was his go-to. He thought he had me. As far as from that point on, every time I moved my hand, I could just feel the blood pouring down my face, and I'm trying to get where I could see. I was trying to, at least stay aware. I'm not gonna lie. You got a little weak legs in there, but instinct kicks in because what I do for my shoot job. It's not the first time I've been in a fight. It's not the first time I've been in a confined area. It's not the first time I've been busted open. I even listened to the commentary, and I know it's kind of tongue-in-cheek to hear Wicked say, can Bull be around the cage without bleeding? But, at the end of the day, I hit the jailbreak on him. It was instinct, and I knew I had him because, one, I could smell that awful God smell in him, and then, down he went. And I knew we had it going in because I could feel the fans. I could hear the fans, but, Hagen, it can't take that away from him. My partner mentioned a minute ago, ring savvy. He didn't hesitate. He did not blink an eye from what I saw of the video. He hit me with that Irish necktie, and I was like, 1, 2, 3, ain't nothing you can say. And then, you got our security team along with, Miss Angie, who is a, shoot nurse, escorting me, not to the locker room, out back, where I didn't even know the ambulance and medics were already.
And the police.
Yeah, the police. I mean, I'm being questioned. They won't know who cut me because
who cut you?
911 was called. Somebody had brought a knife and cut somebody there, and so I'm trying to answer all these questions. They're trying to clean me up, and all I can ask is, I got to get back in there. My partner's in there. I got to go back. I even had one of the medics. Now, I'm not going to disrespect Pell City Fire and Rescue. Great guys. They did their job. But the man undoubtedly didn't see me come out. I don't know. All I heard was the guy say, "Look, you can either go on your own or we're making you. Now, the choice is yours." I looked at Angie. I said, "How bad is it?" She said, "Boy, you got to go get looked at." I said, "Then I'll go after. After I know my partner's out of that cage safely, we'll go." And he goes, "No, you're going now." And I turned around and looked at him. I said, "Let me explain something to you. I am in law enforcement for real." I said, "You can't make me go anywhere." I said, "The only place I'm going is back in." I said, because I knew there was two people watching that. One, my partner. Two, all the respect in the world, Wicked Nemesis is watching. And I knew if I didn't come back in there, I was not going to be able to look my partner in the face, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to hold my head up walking in the locker room with Wicked Nemesis. And I told him, I said, "You do what you got to do to stop this. I'm going back." And then the guy said, the medic said, "You know what? It's on you." And then I walked right back into the arena to see the super kick and the 1, 2, 3. And I just dropped to my knees right in front of your table, Eddie. I dropped to my knees. I'm like, I let my partner down. And then that's how I know Wicked dropped the bombshell about Bullet Bob Armstrong. And you want to talk about ring savviness on O'Hagan's part. this is 70-plus years of ring savviness on Bob, because he smelt the screw job coming, because he probably had them done on him. You know, I remember when old Fannie Mae sent him that silver bullet, and he jabbed it into the stomper's head trying to do the sit-up record on TV. So he knew, he smelt it. And thank gosh, what other person better to put in charge than the man that has won more JYD tournaments and has probably managed more tag team champions in the last 6 years than Wicked Nemesis. I mean, and then, was there a little extra sauce, a little extra salt, a little extra? Let me tell you something. When I turned and saw Wicked and J.P. McGregor going at it, and then I turned and I saw that head, I'm like, yeah, here's a little revenge for you. Let's grade your head for a minute, O'Malley, since you wanted to wear mine out after it got split open. Yeah, I wanted his head to go through it. I wanted it to go through the cage. And all I could hear is old Joe Dean Jr. college basketball, little sweet string chin music. Well, I'm going to play a little steel cage music on his head. So, yes.
I got to tell you right there, when he told me this, you know, like 3 or 4 days after, we talked like every day multiple times about his injury or whatever. But when he told me what he just told on the radio, when he said he had to go back there and check on his part, I'm just visualizing Forrest Gump. I gotta go get Bubba.
Oh, God.
Except he didn't have to carry me. Thank God for his back. But, you know, it was just great. And back there, he was talking about the blood. You know, unless you've been in a cage match, unless you had your head split up as many times as I have, I asked, well, it was like you had on rose-colored glasses, right? But that blood burns your eyes so bad you can't see. And that's something I can't prepare you for, you know. I mean, and all of the days of training at the House of Pain and all that. But, you know, you let instincts take over, and I'm very happy with the outcome that we had. And, hey, you know, like I said, if there would have been Vegas odds that night, no one, except for you and I, felt like we had the confidence to do it. But, hey, we did it. We're the champions, and nobody can take that from us. You know, they can get JP Knucklehead McGregor with his super kick, come on down with O'Malley, and, hey, we're in their head for the first time, you know? They've got to beat us. We don't have to beat them. We just got to protect what we got.
Well, you know, they remember you being carried out on a stretcher, and then them jumping me and making me have to go shoot surgery on my shoulder. So they're thinking, oh, these guys are done for. They're out.
Yeah.
They're out. And
weak. But they didn't know how many times you'd come to the House of Pain and how many times I made you push through the pain, pushing that 250 when you wasn't even supposed to be lifting the bar. I was like, come on. It's the only way you're going to get better. It's the only way you're going to get better. Come on. And there were days he wanted to cuss and kill me. He felt like I was already hungry, and it was Full Metal Jacket. And it wasn't the local channel showing it. It was the full-blown HBO Cinemax. You know, he wanted to... There was days that Bull would be like... He didn't ever say it. I saw in his eyes, I hate you. Because you're killing me right now. But it was all worth it then. That's why I leaned over there and was like, isn't this great? Now, my jaw still hurts. I can't take anything away from McGregor. What a plan they had. I mean, what a plan. But they never knew. You know, that was a good one. And now McGregor wants to get back in. They want to challenge us. I said it last week, and I'm saying it this week. Contract's been signed. We'll take them on. They said we didn't have the guts to put the belts in the line. Yeah, we did. You know, we got in the cage and fought the best of the best. Come on. If you're feeling froggy, jump. I think it was you, Bull, that said the greatest thing ever is like, there ain't nothing here but air and opportunity, and now there's just opportunity. So come on over, Mad Justice. We'll cut loose on you, just like we did of Brotherhood version 1. I mean, is that what we're going to go with? Brotherhood version 2, O'Malley and and McGregor. You know, I had a jock strap that said McGregor when I was playing youth football. Yeah, I hope they wear their McGregor straps.
Well, for some reason they thought they ran the tag team division, but I got news for you. The only thing they run is their mouth and the shoes on their feet, because until the straps are back around their waist, we run the tag team division. Mad Justice runs tag team in GCW. And can we be beat any given day? Yeah. You know,
sure.
What's a blind squirrel finds a nut, and the sun shines on the dog's butt every now and again. And
it shines on mine today. I was at the pool.
So there you go. So if the sun was shining today on Maddog, then this blind squirrel's going to find a nut Saturday night in Pell City, and we're going to walk out with the straps. That's just the way it's going to be.
You know what? We may take the belts out of their pants. We're going to beat them so bad.
I'm almost thinking we would have better competition if they would just, I mean, you know, even though she's a woman, let Veronica take one of their spots. They'd probably give us better, you know, they'd probably be better.
Yeah, we're giving them no idea they'll be showing up in drag.
Oh, yeah, we've already talked about that, didn't we?
No, this is O'Malley we're talking about.
Well, you know,
McGregor could probably get a nice strawberry blonde wig. O'Malley, I want to see O'Malley in a blonde one. Quick, get the visual over there. Somebody's probably getting excited listening to this, but not me. As my granddaddy used to say, that's a pure dose of saltpeter right there.
Dang.
He went there, kids.
Yeah, he did.
I'm afraid. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I want to get you, Bull, while we got you on the horn. And by the way, for everybody listening on the live side, Beyond Ringside Back to Basics is on hold this week due to extenuating circumstances. Back to Basics will be returning live on June 28th. Regularly scheduled time, 8. We're back to our normal time, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And there's a lot of ground to cover over the next few days. So keep it right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Hey, you know why the Back to Basics had to wait? Because they found out the tag team champions, Mad Justice, will be, and we hijacked the whole hour.
There you go. Hey, we can actually go longer. There's no problem with that whatsoever. One match.
That's what I like. Yeah, man.
Say it again. Go ahead.
Nah, we'll leave it there.
I missed it.
We'll leave it with Little Mermaid.
That's Sunday.
Ariel's my favorite character.
I heard that. When you was a little bull.
Yes, exactly. It just seems like weeks ago.
Oh my
I'm going to start digging in a few minutes, and we're going to find the punchline. There's another punchline on that I'm going to find later, but I'm not going to tell anybody when I find it. Trust me on that one. There's, in the words of Daryl Hall and John Oates, there's some things better left unsaid. However, this coming Saturday night, one of 6 big matches on the card, and this is one we have not covered yet. So I'm going to, Dan, I'm going to defer to our special guest for his thoughts and the handicap on the match. The Mystic from San Monique, the one and only Mudbone, takes on the Oklahoma Cowboy, Jack Gunn. Bull, your thoughts?
My thoughts. I've been in the ring with Mudbone a few times. There is no doubt, GCW original. He is what we call up here, in the country. He's from San Monique. He is strong. I mean, that man. People look at him. He is stronger than what his stature looks at. Jack Gunn,
and he's crazy. And I'm not making fun of any mental people because I've been called crazy a few times, and
Yeah,
the guy is wide open. He's wide open.
It's that voodoo that he do so best. But I've been in there since Jack Gunn's first day at the House of Pain, and I'll be honest with you, there were days I was wondering, Jack, brother, are you going to get it? And he's gotten it. He's come a long way. He's really improved. But Big K last month, man, I watching on Facebook, watching all that hype talk, I was just like, You know, Big K gave a great showing. I mean, he did. He hung in there. He did. He hung in there. And, you know, I remember, you know, when we was a couple months ago, Jack Dunn was on a show in the gymnasium, old school gymnasium down there, right off of 280, going past Silicaga. I mean, it was hot. I mean, and boy, Jack Gunn went the time limit in that match. But you know, at the end of the day, if Jack Gunn can find that one moment to get what he needs in, you know, again, it goes back. Anybody can be beat on any given Saturday, but boy, Mudbone. I mean, and then
we saw Jack take some in Dalton, Georgia, where he saw on some GCW shows. We saw him give that big lariat and close on out of the corner. And he defeated some big old boys over in Dalton, Georgia. They grown big there.
They grown big, but
they went down like, yeah. San Monique's a little different. I know. We both have wrestled Mudbone, and, you know, Mudbone beat me for the GCW Heavyweight Championship back in the day, so he's got it going on. There's nothing to take away from that, and we've been trying to get Jack ready. Now, he was off this week. I don't know if he was spending time with his dad for Father's Day, or his sister had some surgery and stuff, so I know he's had a lot of stuff on his mind. The other thing is he's got to protect that left knee that he injured it back when he was first training, and then he had it re-injured by the Brotherhood at some point this year. So Mudbone's like the alpha male wolf. He can smell blood and injury, and he's going to pick you apart, you know, like a 1,500-piece puzzle at Grandma's, dumping the table over. He will destroy you. He will find something, and he will stay on it, and he will try to end you. If you can't stand up, you can't fight.
That's right.
And that's something that Mudbone has, he's like a buzzard or a vulture. He's gonna pick the bones. No pun intended. He will find something and just pick till you can't stand up. Now the 7 matches now is the return of SPI-RAL, Fozzy and WARCHILD.
It is.
And he's taking on Antonio Garza, which is a strange mixture. But let's not forget, when Garza won the Battle Royal, he got a chance to wrestle for one of the championship belts. So he's like in the top 5 for wrestling for the GCW Heavyweight Championship. You know, Eric Layne is the current GCW champion. We're defending in South Dakota this weekend. And he'll be returning back in July, for July the 30th, for Pell City. But he already had a booking, and then their office up in South Dakota was asking if he could defend the GCW title, and the office said yes. So, you know, going nationwide here. And O'Hagan is defending the middleweight title. That's if he doesn't lose it. He'll be going to July to Los Angeles to compete on a show that features WWE superstar Sandow and John Morrison. So that's if he doesn't lose. Because, hey, I'm telling you, Dylan Cook, he's got the fire down the low. He's ready to go. ZANDERS, he's got the talent. Does he have the experience? That's where that's coming in. That's the return of SPI-RAL taking on Garza. And I guess that would be a number 1 contenders match. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn there.
No, actually, you're right on it. You're absolutely right on it.
Yeah, the winner would be the number 1 contender to take on Eric Layne. So, what a night. I mean, the ladies' match, MALIA HOSAKA, former WCW wrestler, challenging Veronica. Middleweight titles on the line with the triple threat. O'Hagan, Charles Zanders, and Dylan Cook. Our tag belts are on the line versus Brotherhood version 2, Sisterhood version 2, whatever. We're not taking them lightly, but we're going to have some fun with this, okay? You know, they wanted to talk trash to us and scar us both up. My face is still cut from when they nailed me with the belt 2 or 3 months ago. So we got the scars to show. We went to the war. But guess what? We've been training. We're in better shape because it's been hot. It's been hot. Did I say it was hot?
It's been hot.
We could do some crotch pot cooking, as Robin Williams said at Good Morning Vietnam. We could do some crotch pot cooking. Don't want any of that, by the way. Not good. But it's been hot at the training center. And there's AC there. Guess what, voices? Bro, we want it hot. We want to be ready. Well, it's time. June 25th. You've heard the matches here tonight. It's happening this Saturday night in Pell City Civic Center. 7:30 bell time, Central Time. Central Time. So you West Georgia fans, remember, Central Time. You get here, doors will open at 7 Central. So, Bull, I'm excited, man. You know, we're defending champions now, and have been for like almost 3 months. Or 2 months, excuse me.
2 months.
2 months.
Well,
and 1 month with having the unification of GCW and the NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Right.
Or Bernie. We're going to have to get him a weight belt if we win any more belts. Him holding them up, it was like I promise you, it was like the scales of justice was. Poor guy holding those belts up. I remember saying to him when we actually realized that's heavy, isn't it?
Wow.
It's always in a good mood.
That just reminded me of somebody.
I'm going to have to step out. Got some family obligations here. I'm going to text you in a few minutes, Bull, and I got some stuff to take care of tomorrow. I was going to see if you wanted to make a ride with me. But, Eddie, you guys keep it going, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you Saturday, partner. Look forward to see you Saturday, if not before. But, yeah, let me know what's happening with you. But GCW fans, you know, this Saturday night, 7:30, be there. Tickets $10 always. You heard the matches. It's going down this Saturday night in Pell City. Maddog's going to be there. The Bull's going to be there. Mad Justice hopefully will prevail once again. But great night, return of CLYDE, BRADDOCK, and the Bosnian WARCHILD SPI-RAL. Good luck to O'Hagan. His triple threat there. But thank you guys so much. I enjoyed chatting with you. And have a good week.
All right, brother. Catch me and text a little bit later when you get a chance.
All right, Bull. See you, brother.
all right, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Maddog Dan Sawyer right here on GCW Radio, one half of the Unified World Tag Team Champions. Remember, this coming Saturday night, June 25, 7 big matches already signed, and there may be some surprises. Of course, I'm pretty sure Wick will have a chair if 8 and 9 are signed, but what the hell. I was really almost expecting Wick to show up tonight, too. Now, once again, for everybody listening in on the live version of it, we got a late start this evening. Real life took place, and I had a meeting that I had to be at, but from that vantage point, you know, it's so many things going on. Of course, Bull, you've known me for years, and you know, of course, I run Full Range Entertainment. I do everything through there, from DJ, karaoke, catering, floral design, event coordination, and I've got a great one coming up in the month of August. Really looking forward to that. The website, I'm going to go and give you the website, folks, but of course right now it's about to be under renovation, so take a picture. But the easy way to find is fullrangeentertainment@yahoo.com. That is one of the ways that I do take bookings. I want to get your input on a couple of these matches before we head out from the Radio Ranch. We talked about it last week, and we really just glossed over it tonight, and that is the GCW Ladies Championship match. Veronica Fairchild defending against Malia HOSAKA this Saturday night in Pell City. Bull?
I don't know much, I'm going to be honest with you, about Malia. Obviously, I know a little bit about Veronica. She's only been at ringside with the Brotherhood during the last couple months with the battles we've been having. And I've heard the history behind Veronica. I know when I first came to GCW, she had stepped away to take care of some family and personal issues, and since she's been back, she has definitely made a statement. My partner, Maddog, has talked very highly of her opponent for this Saturday. And again, I wish I knew more to say about her, but I'm not even going to pretend like I know, because I'm just going to keep it real. From what I can tell, it will be a very interesting match, should be a very entertaining match. And, I'm just because of what I know and don't know, I'm going to have to say it favors Veronica. But, things can happen. Surprises can come up, and so, I'm sure you know way more about her than I do. It's definitely your job to be that guy that knows what's going on. And earlier today when I texted you about that 1990s
80s
singer, you knew her. I knew when I texted you, I said, this guy I know, and boom. So like I said, if you knew that, I know you know all about her opponent. So, and I just wish I know there's one match besides the tag match, of course, that I heard about tonight that I'm really looking forward to. So, but I'll let you, finish up with the women's match up there.
Well, we had a chance to talk about it some last week, and Malia HOSAKA is a world-traveled veteran, has competed coast to coast on numerous continents, and has a great technical knowledge and is not afraid to mix it up. She can stand there and duke it out with the best of them, point blank, plain and simple. And, I've got to give Veronica credit. She did not hesitate to sign the match. Now, I know that the two of them have met in previous days in other companies, and I know that they've had some classic matchups. But by the same token, I'm also going to sit back and say this. Time changes things for a lot of people. A lot of people have sat back and said that Veronica has really been good about getting back up to championship form since her return, and I will echo that sentiment. Anybody who says otherwise hasn't been paying attention. And by the same token, you have someone who is a true veteran in HOSAKA, and I believe this is going to be a classic matchup. I look, and I'm going to sit back and I make this statement, and I make it very clearly. Women's wrestling is held to a very different level in 2016 because of a lot of the things that occurred on the national forum from up north. And a lot of people gauge what they saw by what was happening in previous years from up north in Stamford, Connecticut. We've never subscribed to that. At Global Championship Wrestling, we have NEVER never subscribed to the Divas theory. We've put out the word every once in a while, but by the same token, we've always referred to the fairer sex competing in the ring as either women or ladies. Number two, we want, because we know that we've got some very passionate fans who show up in Pell City. And every time the banner of Global Championship Wrestling, every time we hang out our flag, we have some very passionate, very knowledgeable, very intelligent, and very honest fans. That last one in particular.
Oh, most definitely.
And I know for fact that if a match, regardless, singles, tag, men's, women's, doesn't matter, if it's subpar, you will let us hear about it in a heartbeat. True or false, Bull?
No, look, truer words have never been more spoken. That's why for 12 years, GCW has been able to be a mainstay in Pell City. It's like we're often imitated but never duplicated, and that's why GCW has run strong there and keeps getting stronger. I mean, every month we gain. So, and it's because of what we do.
I agree. 100%. I agree. I'm going to steal one. I believe it's Randy Travis, forever and ever. Amen. So that is where I can easily sit back and say, this match Saturday night, Fairchild, HOSAKA, this one is going to leave everybody going, when are they going to fight again? With or without a title, when are they going to fight again? So let there be no doubt. This is going to be one that people are going to, first off, if you're not familiar with Malia HOSAKA, look her up and crawl out from under your rock. Trust me on this one. I've watched her in ring for a while. Tremendous in-ring competitor. So, like I say, this coming Saturday night, GCW Ladies Championship, it's on, and it's going to be good. Trust me on that one. Let's see, the triple threat for the middleweight championship. Is that one you wanted to weigh in on?
Actually, it's not the one that I'm gonna really pay close attention to, as because of, and I'll explain why I'm saying it, because I don't want to take away from it. I know you got Charles ZANDERS. I'm definitely been impressed with him. I've been honored enough to be asked to come up to Piedmont and partake up there in some events, and I've got to see his work up there. I've seen his work here. Again, believe it or not, anybody who don't value Wicked Nemesis' opinion about something, you're an idiot. Okay, you know, people like him, hate him, but you better listen to him, because I heard him say the same thing about you last week about how you've been and what you do. But let me tell you something. There isn't many out there that can compare with his passion and his knowledge of the sport that we do. And he speaks highly of Charles, and that's because he sees something in him, you know. And for that, you know, if Wicked Nemesis is saying, hey, this guy, he's got it, then you better be watching it, because I mean, even back in the JYD tournament, we really didn't get a chance, me and my partner, to go against him, because Brotherhood was trying to, I think, use them as a wedge, because you saw the multiple tags, and of course they were reciprocating by being sure we were all in there. Charles ZANDERS is quick, he's talented, he's good. And then you got one of my first partners in Dylan Cook, you know, great high school athletic background, athletic through and through. He's traveled the road with, you know, Corey Hollis and a few others that are all over the Southeast. So he's getting knowledge here and there, and he's been hitting the roads and visiting other places, you know, with Maddog's blessing and everything. And again, then you got the veteran, you got the champion, you got, again, my dislike for O'Hagan, you can put that aside, because I believe in giving credit where credit's due. He's a champion for a reason. He's ring savvy for a reason. He don't get invited to go to places like Los Angeles, California, because of his dance moves. He gets to go because of his in-ring ability. And that one will be interesting to watch. And I'll watch because, like I said, you know, Dylan Cook was one of my first partners, and you know, when I started in here and doing the tag team thing. You know, there's so many variables there. You know, you want to lean towards the veteran, but all it takes is one quick blink, one missed move or something, and you know, who knows? Because hey, if I'm wrong, correct me. But in this match, it doesn't necessarily have to be O'Hagan that gets pinned to lose the title.
That's right.
So keep that in mind.
I meant to say this earlier while Dan was on the phone. Everybody knows that I had a back-to-back this weekend, and I was in the Peach State of Georgia. And Saturday night was working with Peach State Wrestling Alliance, and their main event was a 2-ring single cage main event. Very extravagant format. Loved every minute of it, and I had the privilege of calling the action for that main event. Well, when Charles ZANDERS made his appearance during that main event, the majority of everybody was inside the steel cage. ZANDERS vaulted. Okay, he admits to slipping. I'll admit to slipping. I'm not going to say he did it effortlessly in one shot. He did it effortlessly on the second shot and went all the way up to the top. Now, some people would be content to just launch themselves from that corner. ZANDERS went up to the point where I swear I thought he was going to hit the ceiling. This kid has that kind of a vertical. So when that DVD comes out, I will let you watch that, and you'll get a chance to talk to him this weekend, I'm sure, before everything kicks off. But yes, ZANDERS has got a very unique high flyers attitude, but also by the same token, the kid's also got a great developing ground game. I say great, and it continues to get even better. So I'm going to look at it like this. That is going to be what I'm going to call the don't blink match of the night. And like I said, you add Dylan Cook to the mix, it's going to be that much more unpredictable. O'Hagan, great veteran from start to finish. That'll be $5, Josh. From that vantage point, just kidding. I charge 10 now. And sincerity costs extra. Now, I'm okay. I'm going to stop there. No, there will be no editing and post-production. Like him, love him, hate him, I have a world of respect for Josh. I really do. O'Hagan is genuinely one of the best in this industry, and I will echo the sentiment that I've said, that Wick has said, and that a number of us have said. If you have a bad match against O'Hagan, get out of the business.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Like I said, you put aside my distaste for him. Pound for pound, one of the best guys in GCW, and not just GCW, throughout Southeast. But that's enough patting him on the back, because, you know, even though he's that good, he's also good enough to make me distaste and dislike him. So
there you go. But I think, like I said, the middleweight championship fight this weekend is definitely going to be don't blink. That is the easy way to say it. There, you do not want to miss a single second of it.
No.
CLYDE Braddock, Logan Creed, looking forward to that one. That is going to be probably one of the hardest hitting matches you will see, point blank.
That's the match that I'm next to the tag match. That's the match I'm looking forward to, because it's going to be two, as you said earlier, horses. You're going to have two powerhouses. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the guys that can go to the top rope and do all them high flying 456, 390, whatever splits and splashes, but this is going to be the match, that wrestling that I grew up on, that I watched back in Continental Southeastern Championship Wrestling days, back when it was NWA on TBS in the morning. These are going to be two men who are bringing power. They're going to go at it. I mean, 6'9", Logan Creed. Every time I've seen this man, I'm like, because I would like to think I'm not a small guy myself.
You're not.
But this man walks in, and I'm like, holy cow. He's huge. He's tall. But then you got CLYDE Braddock, who, like you said earlier, I've watched from the first day he came to GCW to now. Transformation. He's toned up, he's slimmed down, and what he's losing in fat, he has turned into nothing but pure muscle. And I don't mean nothing mean and disrespectful by that, because let me tell you, that man, nice guy away from the ring. But he flips a switch. When you come to work, you better be there to work. You better be ready to go. And he'll tell you that. It's like, that. Look, when we hit that ring, it's his world, and it's his ring, and he's going to take it. So I can't wait for this one. This is the one I said I wanted to see. He's returning. He's hungry. As he said, I believe, hungrier than he's ever been. And I hope somebody down in Florida is listening. I hope the king of the Southeast is listening. I hope the Bonnie, or wait a minute, would he be the Clyde, or the Bonnie and Clyde of wrestling? It doesn't matter. Yeah, so you better be watching and taking notes, because I bet you $1 to a donut, no pun intended, because I'm a cop, there's going to be a test, and the test giver will be CLYDE Braddock. I'm telling you, this one, I can't wait to see.
I'm really looking forward to this one because you got it. I refer to certain people by certain nicknames for a reason. And this is going to be like two aircraft carriers just ramming speed. Thank you, D-Day from Animal House, for the use of the line. And this is going to be one where I'm genuinely going to be sitting back watching going, I'm just waiting to feel the concussion from the impact.
Oh, no doubt.
That is probably the easy way that I can say it in that regard. From that vantage point, let's take one more quick look. Once again, making the reference, of course, we've already handicapped the tag team title match. The return of the Bosnian Warchild SPI-RAL taking on the Latin sensation Antonio Garza. Your thoughts?
You know, I know SPI-RAL was, and he gives all he's got. He comes out, he walks through that door. Again, another guy that flips that switch. He comes to work too. You know, I know SPI-RAL and CLYDE both kind of come from under the same roof of their training, so to speak. They got the same mentality. I know SPI-RAL had gotten to a point where he was trying to just get over, and you know, I don't know if I'm supposed to say it or not. He most people don't know it. He's been hurt for several months now, in a fighting champion and going at it. And, you know, when him and Layne fought, one of the best matches of the night, and, you know, due to some questionable tactics to the dream killer, Layne, you know, he got the 1, 2, 3. And I know SPI-RAL don't know the whole story behind it, has taken a step back, trying to regroup, heal up a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. You got to be able to take that time and heal up. You know, kudos. I mean, you could keep going, but sooner or later, your body, no matter how much pain you can endure, no matter how bad you are a Bosnian badass, your body will shut down on you.
Yeah.
We learned that going through the police academy. Your body will shut down to protect yourself. And he was reaching that point, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, he's reassured Dan, he's reassured the front office from what I've heard. He's ready. And he's coming in against Antonio Garza, who's been doing a lot of traveling too, because, you know, I've seen a lot of our guys posting Snapchat videos of different wrestling promotions up in Tennessee and Mississippi, and Garza's on them. So Garza's, you know, wide open as a case knife, if you will. He's doing his rounds. So this one will be a good one. I think did I hear you correctly? This is like a number 1 contenders match?
Yes, it is.
Well, I hope then Layne is watching, because you got a man who's now rejuvenated himself and coming back, saying he's ready. And you got a man who has been more than ready and ready to step up and get some GCW gold in Garza. Again, the match, besides us, is the power match. But like you said, this will be one of them other great matches. It will have high flying. It will be technical. And, you know, and I don't think either guy has a problem just throwing down and you know, Pier 6ing it if it comes to it. I think both of them are very good sportsmen. I don't think we'll have to worry about that. But, you know, tempers flare. Things happen. You get to a point in that ring, and you can let it all go and let it fly. So, you know, card top to bottom, it's GCW. Every match on there, that there is no curtain pulling match to the main event. They're all main events in my book, especially for the past year. You know, so again, this one I'll be watching. I mean, I'm going to enjoy it because it's going to be entertaining. You got two guys who are going to just go at it and put on a hell of a show, no doubt.
And I would be very remiss if I didn't come back to pick this one up one more time. The Mystic from San Monique Mudbone taking on the Oklahoma Cowboy Jack Gunn. I think Gunn has had some great strides forward. He's had a couple of setbacks. And this is going to be one of those situations, in my humble opinion, where this is a proving ground for Jack Gunn. Because you've got one of those individuals that is Vanguard, that is point blank, plain and simple. Okay, there is someone up north who says he's the face who runs the place. The future goes through me, yada, 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 yada. You want to test your mettle inside the ring in a global championship wrestling? Mudbone is one of those individuals that will help you test yourself beyond any shadow of a doubt and find a way to bend you in 35 different ways.
Hey,
go ahead.
I could agree with you more. I've been in the ring with him twice, single matches, and been in tag matches against him and Prowler. I didn't get to answer you earlier when you asked me this, but I'm going to go with the veteran on this one. You know, like I said, GCW original. And if Jack Gunn's listening, the only thing I can tell you is bring what you brought to Dalton and Rockford. Bring that, both those nights in those two venues. It was hot as all Hades. You gave two of your best outings to this point so far. And dude, I couldn't have been more prouder of him. But the thing is, you need those two nights combined in one to go in against Mudbone. And you know, I hate to say you got to be flawless and perfect, but you're going to Big K brought it and came up short. So, you know, get with your partner, because I know him and Big K have tagged on and off. If there's anything Big K can hand you and give you, take it. I'm going to tell you, he's going to come at you. He ain't going to stop. He ain't going to, you know, he's coming at you, Gun. I mean, you better be ready. I hate to, you know, use a cliche, but you better come with both guns loaded. It's just what it is. You know, San Monique, the Voodoo, and I think we saw something that you guys said you haven't seen in a while from Mudbone. He brought out the bones and did his little hexing, I think, over Big K. I think he's fixing to turn it back to a throwback time when Mudbone really was mystic. So
he's a badass. That's for damn sure. Plain and simple.
No doubt.
And Gunn's going to have his work cut out for him, but by the same token, he is one of it. I hate to use this phrase again. One of the young guns in Global Championship Wrestling. He has a lot to prove to a lot of people, he feels. He feels, however, though, he has more to prove to himself. And I give credit where credit is due on that one. It's a great mindset to have. Folks,
yep.
Mark your calendars, make your plans. Saturday night, June 25 is almost here. It is time for the aftermath. Quick reminders, you can still reserve, and you can do this up until Friday morning. This will cut off Friday the 24th at 12:01 a.m. Not Saturday morning at 12:01, Friday the 24th at 12:01 a.m. So you can have up through Thursday night to send an email, gcwmedia@yahoo.com. While they last, you can still reserve ringside seating for this Saturday night. This is where I'm going to be a turkey for people who've been trying to contact me directly on Facebook through my personal and the Fast Eddie Layne pages. I do not control that. I have zero control over that. That is handled through our front office. We have somebody who tackles that part. I do not do it, so please don't message me. It will not do any good, and I'll tell you that, of course, in a very kind and courteous and professional manner. Yeah, sure. If I respond. But in all seriousness, gcwmedia@yahoo.com. That is the easy way. They handle that through the front office. I do not handle seating arrangements. Thank you. I do handle music requests for pre-show and intermission, $20 a song. Okay, this month I'll run a special. 2 songs for $40. I'm good with that. Took some doing, but, I convinced the people at Full Range to let me run that special. 1 song for $19.95, 2 songs for $40. Works for me. But,
there you go.
Uh-huh. But from that vantage point, this Saturday night's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, please remember it will be an ITV taping. Cameras will be rolling. Bring your signs, bring your banners, bring your posters, bring your T-shirts, and most importantly, bring yourself ready to have a great time this Saturday night. Remember, doors are going to open at 7 o'clock Central Time, 7 p.m. Central Time this Saturday, June 25. Bell time is slated for 7:30 p.m. Central Time this Saturday night. Tickets are only $10 each. Once again, only. Keyword only, ONLY. We keep it tried and true on that one. Bull, I'm going to toss in your direction. I'm going to go with an old BR tradition, so to speak, here on GCW Radio, and I'm going to turn it to you, my friend, for a last call.
Well, once again, I want to thank the fans of GCW for checking on me, being concerned, keeping up, asking me how I'm doing. The cage was brutal. It was a war. I knew what I was getting into. Dan has kept y'all up to date, and I tried to do the best I can on Facebook. I'm healed up. I'm ready to go. I've got me a medal. Some call it a scar. I call it a medal because I earned it. I'll be there by Maddog's side on the 25th this Saturday. But fans, I do appreciate all the well wishes and concern. All I can tell you is JP, O'Malley, O'Hagan, I know you're going to be there. Whether you I don't know if there's a game plan or another spoiler attempt, Veronica, Howard Cross, whatever combination you guys want to come out to, just know this. We're ready. You can doubt us if you want to, but for the past, I believe, 3 to 4 months now, you doubt us, we prove you wrong. You come at us, and all we're doing is serving up some justice, mad justice. I mean, that's all I can say, Eddie. Be there this Saturday. Great show. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be ready. Maddog's going to be there. He's going to be ready. All I'm doing is waiting on the bell to ring and some music to hit for me to go out the door.
There you go. People can find you on social media, right?
They can. I'm on Facebook, Leon Stresser, the Bull. They won't let me put up Leon the Bull Stresser for some reason, but you can look me up, Leon Stresser. I'm on Instagram, and Eddie, I'm going to have to throw it to you because I'm not exactly sure what I think it's GCW Bull. Is that what it is?
I think on Instagram it's GCW the Bull.
GCW the Bull, okay. And I believe it's all lowercase letters. I had some help coming up with that account. I guess I should check it more often to see how it is so I can properly promote myself on Instagram. But there it is.
There you go. Always a pleasure, brother. Folks, of course, at GCW Pro Wrestling on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/GCW Pro, YouTube.com/GCW Pro Wrestling. Thank you to everybody who checked out the previous edition of GCW Radio as well as the latest installment of GCW TV. GCWPro.com is our home site. Of course, definitely check it out when you get a chance to. I am in the process of rebuilding archives on .com. I didn't realize that things had gotten so far behind, so I'm going to go ahead and get everything caught back up, and I apologize to everybody for letting it happen, and I will do my damnedest to make sure that it does not happen again. On a personal side, I'm looking forward to this Friday night, the kickoff of the weekend at Buffalo Wild Wings in Alabaster. I have the honor of hosting karaoke, 9 p.m. start time. Drop down, say hi, get an opportunity to sing some of your favorite songs. Once again, that's this Friday, 9 p.m. at Buffalo Wild Wings in Alabaster. And, of course, for me personally, thank you to everybody who's had all the great comments from this the excursion that I had yesterday. I split it up between my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Snapchat accounts. So there was different things going out on both of those. But for me personally, the easy way to find me is Fast Eddie Layne, LAYNE.com. Folks, we're going to head for the Radio Ranch at this point on this special extended edition of GCW Radio. For those listening live, Beyond Ringside Back to Basics will be returning next Tuesday at its regular time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. It's going to be a good weekend. Come out to Pell City. Let's have some fun. For tag team partner, Maddog Dan Sawyer. And right about there, I would let somebody he would either be saying his own goodnights or I would hire somebody to come in and go, however, you've heard that before and you know it. For very special guest and longtime friend, Leon the Bull Stresser.
With that being said, I bid you adieu until Saturday. Everybody have a good night. Eddie, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Enjoyed it as always, sir.
I am the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne saying until next time, thank you for joining us, and join us next time as we go ringside and beyond with Global Championship Wrestling. Bye for now.